Hey, good morning guys. I'm gonna try to do a video and do a 7-day series on mowing the lawn every single day just to see how thick it's gonna get. I do plan to put PGR down, not this weekend but the weekend after, and I just basically want to try to get it as thick as I can, because you know how they say that if you mow the lawn every day you're basically spreading the grass and getting it thick. So hopefully I can get it done and turn this into a 7-day series that I'll show you guys. It's going to be, I can almost guarantee it's going to be nearly impossible because Hurricane Beryl is like heading toward Texas. There's a potential chance that we're going to get hit with heavy rain because of that. So if that ends up happening, all bets are off. I'm not going to be doing this video. But if it does not, if we don't get hit with heavy rain and we're okay with the light rain and stuff, then I'll be able to mow every day. But we'll have to wait and see if it's going to happen or not. But I'm going to go ahead and just start filming and then just kind of show the status of the lawn. Just show you guys like little parts here and there. And then we'll see if we can turn this into a video. All right, guys. Okay, took about this much grass off, and this is just from that section right here. So if we're mowing every day, we shouldn't be removing that much grass. But I haven't mowed since the day before 4th of July, so yeah, it's quite a bit of grass that we took off. But we shouldn't have to worry about that if we plan on doing this every day. All right, time to move on to the next section. Yeah, the grass is really wet this morning because we got a little bit of rain yesterday, about 1.75 inches, almost close to 0.2 inches. So it's a little damp, but it makes it easy to see the stripes, to see the lines. Let me show you the height difference in the grass when I'm cutting it versus it being grown for several days. So, all right, we're done. We'll see if I can mow again tomorrow morning. I do got to lay Delta Guard G down tomorrow, so whether I do it tomorrow or tomorrow evening, I'll decide that later when the time comes. Burning in those stripes though, getting there. Grass was super tall today. Had to empty the grass catcher probably like 11 times. But yeah, it's looking good, looking good. Well worth it. Check it out over here, single stripes. Yes, sir. All right, guys. Well, we'll continue this on tomorrow. Day 1 completed. All right, guys, it's day 2. We're approaching 9 a.m. So We're about a little over 24 hours where I started mowing. And we're gonna get some rain tomorrow on Monday. 90% chance of rain. It's gonna be in the afternoon. So if I'm gonna try to do this, I need to try to mow early in the morning tomorrow, probably roughly around 6:30 before the rain comes. But yeah, let's mow and find out how much clippings I'm taking off now, because now we're doing a 24-hour mow. So I imagine it's not gonna be as much as yesterday. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, not too bad, not too bad. Still getting clippings though. You see, 24 hours, your grass is already growing. It's not like it doesn't grow. So there it is. With that side of the lawn, much better than yesterday. It's not as full. Alright, I'm done. Did the stripes go in this direction today? Had a little bit of a tough time seeing the lines from the other side, just because of the way the sun angles is. So, kind of got a checkerboard pattern going here. Look at this. We're almost there. Look at that. Yeah. I like what's going on here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You like this checkerboard pattern? So you guys see how it's hard to see from this side? I can't even see the stripes going this way, so I had a tough time trying to go back up my line. I had to use those rods to see where I ended up at, to see where to go. Do you have a checkerboard pattern going over here? Kind of. It's kind of hard to see the stripes right now due to where the sun's sitting. But yeah, day 2, guys. Boy, it's hot today. Tomorrow we're gonna get some rain. It says it's gonna be actually around like noon, 1 o'clock. So, given I come out early enough in the morning tomorrow and cut it, should be fine. Can dodge that rain and then let the grass soak up all that water. I think I'm gonna turn off the irrigation for the remaining week. I'm just gonna see how much rain we get first, and then go from there, and then maybe turn it back on Wednesday. I'm gonna take a photo of this real quick. I like how this is looking. Not much left to show you all. Guess some sand got thrown up here from over there. But yeah, looking good. I think it's kind of thickening up. I think it might, in my opinion, maybe it's already as thick as it can possibly be without PGR. And maybe from this point on, only PGR is what's going to be able to make it look thicker. But the stripes are popping. better than last year for sure. So we're on the right track. We are on the right track. Alright guys, I'll check back in with you tomorrow morning. It's gonna be an early one. Well, I woke up at 6:20 this morning and I come to this. It's wet outside. So I got some rain last night, unexpectedly. So I'm not gonna be able to cut this morning. It's already 7:30, so running out. I have no time to do it now. But I'm gonna have to wait and see if the rain slows down and doesn't hit heavy this afternoon as it's predicted to, and I could possibly mow tonight. All right, the weather cooperated. It doesn't seem like it's that bad. It only rained for like a good 2 minutes, and it's just slightly heavy rain. For the most part, the ground looks fairly dry. This will get to mow a majority of the lawn and continue doing the stripes. And we're gonna get on with day 3. So let's get going. Day 3 completed. Took a little while to do this middle section. I wanted to get the stripes perfectly straight. I tend to see a little crookedness from time to time when I keep looking at this thing every day. So just want to improve on it. There's one section up here up front that I kind of don't like. I really don't like where my line ends up because it's starting to make indentation in the ground here by this water control drain. I really don't like that. I don't like how it's wearing that part out. It's really soft right there because of the rain. So yeah, I probably need to bring the line over a little bit this way or out that way, because it's not good to have the rear drum hitting that spot because it's going to start making a dent. and then it's just gonna get worn out when it rains. But yeah, day 3 is complete, guys. Stay tuned for tomorrow. One thing I want to mention is if you guys have been noticing the yellow spot right here, this is pretty much all the sedges I've been trying to kill off with the Ortho Nutsedge Killer. I'm out of the product already because I bought a small bottle. I didn't order a big bottle, but I did buy Dismiss. Let me go show you the herbicide. So I ordered sulfentrazone, but they sent me Dismiss. I'm just assuming that they ran out of the sulfentrazone, so they sent me the brand name Dismiss. And basically, it's applied flood jet tip, so it actually is a soil absorb, and then it should get into from the root down to the nuglets so that they don't spread. And it has like a 60 to 90 day residual, so I want to give this a shot. I'm going to do it on that side of that lawn, at the 600 square foot side. That'll be my test plot, and I'm going to lay down 0.2 ounces per 1,000, which would give me 0.12 ounces for that 600 square foot lawn. And I'm going to use it on a hose end sprayer, so I'm going to just dump in 0.12 ounces into the bottle, and then I'll just fill it up all the way with water, and then I'll just spray the entire 600 square foot with the solution, and we'll see what happens. They actually say to not use the product in like 90-degree temperatures, with it right now being kind of in the 70s or low 80s, so I think I'm okay. But tomorrow is a big concern, because I believe we're going to pick back up in the temperatures. Hurricane Beryl missed us. It went off to the east, so it did not get us that bad. I mean, we didn't really get any rain. We only got 0.1 inches of rain for like 2 minutes. So hopefully the temperatures stay down a little bit for tomorrow, and then maybe later in the week it'll pick back up. But yeah, I'm just going to basically broadcast spray this with the hose end sprayer with that solution, and then just kind of see what ends up happening here. Hopefully I don't burn the lawn up, but if it does work, then I'll end up using it for the rest of the other parts of the yard, because this yard here also has a ton of sedges now growing up. So just experimenting right now, see how it goes, and we'll find out. Yeah, so pretty much I just have 0.12 ounces of mixture of the chemical in here, and I just fill this bottle up all the way. Of course, I know this bottle covers 2,000 square feet, but I'm just going to go ahead and spray the whole thing over 600 square foot with the entire solution. And I'm just treating it basically just like Ortho Nutsedge Killer Ready Spray. When you buy one of those bottles that has a hose end sprayer connection, basically the same thing. Now I don't know if the percentage of sulfentrazone is the same as what I'm putting in here, but basically I'm going to be applying it the same way as you would if you purchased the Ortho Nutsedge Killer. So we're just going to go ahead and spray it, and then we'll find out in a few days to see if it's going to do what it's supposed to do. One of the drawbacks is using a hose end sprayer and then doing it nearby the flower beds, because the herbicide potentially could get in there and damage your plants. So that's why we use backpack sprayers, a little bit more accurate. But the hose end sprayer is definitely a faster way to spread solution that you want. Now, if you were doing it at the center lawn over there, I have no issue using hose end spray for herbicide. But given that I'm nearby the bed and stuff, I probably won't do this way again, because I definitely don't want to damage these flowers and other plants that I have here. So hopefully they didn't get affected by sulfentrazone being hose end sprayed like this. But yep, that's it, guys. Day 3 is over. Stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to continue the challenge. Alright, it's day 4. Not much to say other than let's just go ahead and get the mow going. It was definitely a hot day today, I could tell. Let's take a look at where I applied the Dismiss. Let's see how it looks. So I see a lot of the sedges are now yellowing up. So I think Dismiss is actually doing its thing. Come down here. These are still kind of green. This one's kind of dying off. So it looks like it's doing its work. The grass does look a little bit lighter on this side versus the other parts of the yard. So the herbicide might have a little bit of some impact on the grass, on the Bermuda. I'm hoping it'll green back up once we get some water in there. That part looks pretty dry up there in that section. Let's take a look over here real quick. Nothing was applied over here. Yeah, this side's a lot more green. That's more greener. This is more greener. But yeah, the grass is getting tall. I can tell it's time to do a mow. It's time to go ahead and give it a trim. All right, day 4. Alright, here's the total amount of grass clippings I was able to collect. That's not too long. Not much, but see, all 24 hours, we'll collect that. That's the snow. Alright, time for center lawn. I'm going to do a double wide stripe going perpendicular to where the camera sits. Stay going. Alrighty, day 4 is complete. Alright, it's day 5. We're gonna do it again. I'm getting a little bit of weird looks from the neighbors. They think I'm a little crazy for doing this every day, but we're gonna get on with it. Let me show you guys a lawn where I applied Dismiss. Yeah, we're not getting much green up here from the herbicide. Definitely feel like I need to perhaps lay some nitrogen down to kind of green it back up. I'm gonna probably throw down some urea tomorrow evening and then let that water in overnight because I got my irrigation running Friday morning. So I'll throw that down tomorrow, probably do like a 1/4 pound of nitrogen and see if it'll green back up. My thoughts on Dismiss so far, it definitely looks like it's very effective, but at the same time I think it's a bit damaging to the lawn due to the high temperatures. I mean, we're at 99 to 100 degree weather right now, so it's probably not preferred to apply this during those times. You know, you probably want to apply it in the early spring season, kind of around the time when you're doing your pre-emergent. So probably will stick to Certainty to deal with the sedges over here, and I'll just do a semi-blanket spray. I'll just go up and down the lines, kind of how I do my blanket spray, but I'll only spray it on the areas where I see the sedges. So it'll be like a semi blanket spray, spot spray type of thing. And then I'm gonna do a low surfactant, so hopefully it doesn't discolor the spot of the lawn too much. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on with the mow. Alright, day 5 completed. I actually went perpendicular a little bit to try to get those diamond stripes going. And I went a little bit wider on this stripe right here, coming toward the camera, because I was trying to avoid that, what it's called, the water control meter cover. So I'm gonna have to start cutting the stripe going that direction. And then this one's just a bit wider now. It's about 2.5 mower widths, while the rest of them are still 2 mowers widths. So yep, more prominent stripes each and every time I'm doing this. So it's looking good. Get you guys to show this diamond section here. That's probably as good as it's gonna look tonight. Take a photo of this. Yeah, but like I said, I did go a few times perpendicular tonight. I just get those prominent checkerboard pattern going. Yep, there's another section of diamond, kind of how it's looking. When you walk past the house down the street, you see the stripes going to and from the house. Coming up here, kind of see the diamonds again. And then you got the remaining to and from the camera here. So yeah, tomorrow, day 6, I'll be mowing that direction. Going back over the same spots. I think we're starting to get prominent stripes now. So I've been going over the same exact sections over and over every day. They're starting to get burned in for sure. I do need to sharpen the mower blades though. I'm noticing that there's some tears in the grass now. If you look right here, it's not good. So I need to get the blade sharpened. I might do a back lap tonight if I got time. It's getting kind of dark, but it'd be nice if I can get a back lap done tonight and then have the blades sharpened up for tomorrow. We'll get in tip-top shape again. Tomorrow evening, I will lay some urea here to try to green this back up. Probably do a 1/4 pound of nitrogen. So after the mow tomorrow, I'll do a 1/4 pound of nitrogen with urea here, water it in, and then the irrigation's set to water later that evening. So we'll get some good water in before the next day, and then hopefully this will green up by the weekend. I also, this weekend is also the time to lay Nutrisolve and Turfplex, and also I'm going to lay PGR. So that's the whole reason for the 7-day challenge, just to get everything nice and thick and lay the PGR so that we can take a break from mowing so much so often. Not saying it's not a bad thing, but you know, if I can still achieve these strides by cutting maybe twice a week versus cutting every day, I'd be fine with that. Yep, day 5 is a wrap, guys. Continue on tomorrow to day 6. All right, have a good evening. What's up, guys? It's day 6. We're getting close to the end of the journey. I just did a back lap and looks like we're cutting paper okay. The ends aren't cutting that great as it is in the middle, which is my usual problem that I have. I did tighten the reel to bed knife, and typically you're not supposed to get it touching, but in my case I do have it touching, so it means most likely I need to get a grind pretty soon on this mower because it's not really that sharp. It's good enough to cut the grass right now. There's a standard where you fold the Toro paper in half, and if it's able to cut that, then you should be good to cut your grass. You're not going to be tearing the blades or anything like that. But if you really want a super sharp reel and bed knife, it's recommended that you get a grind. And typically the reel to bed knife should have maybe like a gap, and I believe if you use a filler gauge it's like a 0.001 inch gap or something like that, and you're still supposed to be able to cut paper. But in the case of where I'm at, I do not have that going on. So a professional grind will get you there, and then you no longer have to worry much about backlapping or anything for a while until it starts getting dull. So after this 7-day challenge and I apply PGR, I'm going to start looking into getting a professional grind, and hopefully I'll find somebody that can do a quick turnaround time. That way I'm not out of a mower for like an entire week or anything like that. But anyways, let's go ahead and get on to day 6 and go ahead and get started. Let's take a look at the lawn real quick before I do the mow. Everything's still the same as is. Grass thickening up. Stripes are being built. I'm getting there. Today I might do double cut. I might go to and from the house and then go perpendicular. Today is the perpendicular cut, but I will probably do another cut going to and from the house just to get the diamond cuts more prominent. Same thing here, nothing new. We are thickening up, guys. It does look like I laid PGR even though I haven't. So that's the cool thing about mowing every day. Your grass just starts transforming. It looks amazing. Like I mentioned yesterday, I do plan to put urea tonight to kind of get the color back in and the growth. Sticking this herbicide did kind of stunt this a little bit. I lost the color here, and I think I got rid of all the sedges though in this section of the yard, so I'm actually happy for that. But now I got to deal with the little damage that it's given me on the Bermuda. So hopefully putting a 1/4 pound of nitrogen here tonight, watering it real good, and then I've got irrigation running tonight. I should be set, and then hopefully over the weekend this will start greening back up and growing through. We'll just see. I'm not trying to burn the lawn or anything. That's why I'm only going to do a 1/4 pound of nitrogen, which is actually quite a bit. And one thing I do need to tell you guys is if you do plan on putting any fertilizer in 100-degree weather like how it is right now in Texas, I recommend you do it when the sun is setting, or you do it early in the morning. I actually recommend you do it when the sun is setting, like in the evening time. I do not recommend putting any fertilizer in the morning, because once it gets to 100 degrees and it's just super hot, you're just risking damage to your lawn when you've got that fertilizer sitting out there. Even if you watered it in really good, there could be potential chances of it there's certain spots that didn't get watered in, and then it's just sitting out there the whole day, and then it's getting burned up with the hot sun. So my recommendation is to put it in the evening time, kind of like right now where the sun is setting, and then water it in really good, get your irrigation going too, and it'll all be soaked into the soil, hopefully, throughout the night, and then next morning when the sun starts coming up and it gets to the day, it should be good. So that's my recommendation, at least for me. So whether you guys agree or not, it's up to you, but that's just kind of what I recommend and what I do. But okay, let's all go ahead and get on to the mow.
Day 6 completed now, guys. I did 2 passes, double cut on this section. I went up and down toward the house, and I went perpendicular, sideways. Stripes are super prominent now, just like how it should look. As I'm making a 360 walk here, you guys will notice that we're getting some diamonds burned in now. Kind of see it right there. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep doing this. We got tomorrow, and then PGR is gonna go down on Sunday. I think that's when I'm gonna put down Turfplex and Nutrisolve, and then PGR. So that's it, guys. Day 6 over. I got one more day to go. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, we're at day 7 now. Finally coming to the end of it. And feels like it's been a long road to get here, but at the same time, it's very rewarding because the grass has changed quite dramatically. Just mowing every day has thickened up the yard quite a bit. Let me just flip the camera around. It literally looks like I laid PGR, even though I haven't. And I can't wait to lay PGR this weekend. But it's probably going to get to the point where the mower is going to start floating. So that's what I got to be wary of, because we're getting thick now. But the stripes are very, very prominent due to the thickness of the grass now. So yeah, main reason for this video was to just show what it would be like if you mowed every day. Obviously, if I were doing this for a month long, I wouldn't think we would need to lay PGR at all, but it was just an experimental project just to see how things are. But let's go ahead and get on with the mow. It's getting late. We are pushing almost to 8 o'clock, so let's get this thing done. Alright, it's past 9 o'clock. We're done with day 7. This is it, guys. I'm gonna come back out here tomorrow morning so we can get a better glimpse of how the yard looks. But I'm just glad I got through it. For the most part, it is nice and thick. Yeah, check this out. Yeah. Look how thick that is. It's really good. This part of the yard is doing really, really well. Color-wise, stripe-wise, thickness-wise, it's doing really great. So I'm happy with the results with mowing every day. Look at the stripes. you can see the stripes in the dark now. So that's how prominent they are. Mowing every day gets you that strong stripe action, and there's nothing better than seeing stripes in the dark. That's when you know you've dominated, got your lawn pretty much on point as how it should be. So PGR is going down on Sunday, guys. It's gonna freeze the lawn growth. Hopefully it does get thicker, but it doesn't really matter at this point. I've got it to the thickness that I think is good. But if it gets thicker, that's good for me. Can't get any better than that. But yeah, let's check this out tomorrow morning, guys. Everyone have a good evening, and we will catch you back tomorrow morning. Alrighty, guys, what's happening? Sunday morning. Just got done with the 8th mow. I did not mow yesterday on Saturday. I was just gonna do a 7-day challenge, but I did another mow again this morning to get ready to put down my Turfplex Nutrisolve and PGR. So I'm gonna show you guys how the lawn looks before I put it down. Burnt in the stripes this morning some more. Color's looking great. I ordered some Mirimichi green Essential G. I had a discount coupon code on it, so I decided to order 2 bags. So for the next 2 months, I'm gonna lay down some Essential G, feed it up with some nice stuff. I'm sure it's well deserved, and the grass should be very happy with me for doing that. For the month of August, same thing. Gonna do the Essential G instead of Carbon Pro G, and do the 14-7-14 Turfplex Nutrisolve and PGR. And like I said, I'm gonna do 0.25 ounces of PGR this time around, just to see how the grass reacts to it. And then if we're still getting like some fast growth and stuff like that, I'll bump it up to a 0.375. But I'll start a little less this time, just to kind of introduce PGR back into the program. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. If you made it this far in a video, I really want to say thank you for it, because it was a very long one. 7 days is, doing it in real life is a lot longer than the video is. So I think at least if you came this far and you watched me go through this entire journey, I really want to just say thank you. You're into lawn mowing as much as I am. But anyways, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll try to come up with more entertaining content in the future. But as for now, peace out, guys, and happy mowing.